Let's look at few of the terminologies that's going to be useful for this chapter. Probability, sets, directly or indirectly, it's pretty much used everywhere actually. But yeah, in the chapter of probability and sets, not this year sets, next year sets, we're going to use this extensively. So it's better to get introduced to the idea now itself so that it gets easier for those topics. Okay. So we have the experiment. We are seeing this actually in sets this year itself. An action or a process which results in an outcome is called an experiment. So we have a particular set of things that is happening that we can document. That's an experiment. Sample space, it is a set of all the possible outcomes of an experiment. For example, over here, right? These are all your sample space. Selecting and arranging this over here, this is your experiment. Okay. So one of this, like, let me run it. That's adding into the sample space. This kind of arrangement, right? We had these 4 objects, arranging them in this particular manner is an experiment, and putting it across and listing them is your sample space. Event, it is a subset of a sample space. So it could have been 1 or 4 or whatever. Independent event, 2 events are said to be independent if the occurrence of one event does not affect the probability of occurrence of the other event. So this is something that I have to use a bit of examples to show it. So let me not talk about it over here. Dependent event, 2 events are said to be dependent if the occurrence of one event affects the probability of occurrence of the other event. If something happening will affect the other thing not happening or happening, right? Again, this is best understood with examples. So I would like you guys to list it and write it and all of that. So as and when we go through examples in this chapter itself, I'll use all of these terminologies so that you guys get used to it. Used to the idea of, well, all of this. Mutually exclusive events are events that cannot occur simultaneously. So it should have been over here. So basically one thing happening will see to that other thing will not happen. In other words, if one of the events happen, then the other event cannot happen at the same time. So I have an example over here. When flipping a coin, the event of getting a head and getting a tail are mutually exclusive. If you're getting a head, obviously we are not getting a tail. That is mutually exclusive, right? It's not difficult, just that it's sort of confusing. That's it. So see to that you pause and copy all of this.